Fellas, you ever ask that infamous question? You know the one. Say it's Friday night, you about to grab some takeout, or maybe you just gonna pick up something on your way back home, and you look at your lady and you say, what do you want to eat?
And you look at him and you say, you should know what I want to eat.
Why is that?
Because we've been together long enough. It's the same thing in a relationship. You should know what it is that I want or need.
Fellas.
Welcome back. I'm Gleesy.
And I'm Al.
And here at Forever I Do, we brag.
We build relationships
according to God.
Yeah.
So this is the next part of our Mythbusters series. And today, what's our topic?
We've been together long enough. You should know what I want. You should know what I need.
I mean, shouldn't you? You know what I want?
Is that the truth, though? Is it the truth that just because you've been together for a certain number of years, whether you're dating, whether you're married, that all of a sudden you're going to pick up things just by being in proximity?
Yeah.
Is that truly the case?
No, it's not truly the case. Some things you may, but if you really want your spouse to be successful in the relationship and in providing what you need, you got to tell them what it is that you need.
Yes,
you got to open your mouth and talk.
Yes, absolutely. Again, like, you have to communicate it. You have to stop assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know the saying about that when it comes to assuming, but you got to stop it. Like, the best way to let your partner, your spouse, know what you want or need is through direct communication.
Yeah.
Tell them what you want or need.
Yeah. It's so important because I want to take the guesswork out of everything. I don't want you to be like, oh, does she like it if I do this? Or does she like it if I do that? No, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I want or that I like so that you can do it.
Yes. So it's just like, again, that infamous question when you ask, what do you want to eat? Just because last week or the week before or maybe even every time you went to that favorite spot of theirs, they got the same meal. Maybe over time things have changed. Maybe it was a new item on that menu that perhaps they want to taste. They want to try something different. The same thing goes for life.
Yeah.
Sometimes things change. Sometimes a person evolves, they grow. And what they used to like, what they used to want, may not be the same thing anymore.
That's true. And that can go like across the board.
Yes.
That can go like when you're responding to things, that can go to intimacy. It's so many different avenues where you have to stop assuming that your spouse knows what you want. If you want your spouse to be successful, tell them.
Yes. So that's where step 2 comes into play. Like, if you want them to know, like, sometimes they may not say it, but if you check in with your spouse, with your partner, then you can find out what those changes are. You can find out what the areas they may have had growth in, what areas they may be struggling in. But you gotta check in.
Yeah.
Again, once you stop assuming, check in with them. Ask those questions.
Yeah. So when you check in, it gives that safe space for you to have that conversation. And it could have been something that they were maybe a little uncomfortable coming to you and saying, but now that you've provided them that avenue to say it, it gives them, a little bit more confidence to say, okay, this is what I need, or I like it when you do this, and when you do that, I don't like it. You want to have those regular check-ins, and it shouldn't just be sporadic. It shouldn't just be like, oh, let's check in. Sometimes you should have it scheduled so that everybody has a chance to think about what they want to come to the table and discuss.
And we're going to give you 2 quick questions that you should be asking when you do check in. The first is this: are there any needs of yours that I'm not meeting? Yeah, it may be a dangerous question, but you gotta ask it. Because again, like, people evolve, people change. And what used to be a need, maybe you've killed it in that area. And maybe a new need has arisen that you aren't addressing. And you can only address it if you ask that question: are there any needs of yours that I'm not meeting.
Yeah, and open up your heart and truly listen to what your spouse is telling you.
Yes.
Like you said, it could be a difficult question, but if you want to grow, if you want a thriving relationship, you're going to accept what your spouse has to say.
Yes. And then after you ask that, is there anything that I could do or I can be doing to help meet that need? So don't just ask what the need is that you're not meeting, because they may tell you, or they should tell you, but once they tell you, ask how to address it.
Yeah.
Like, don't guess, don't assume, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. It should be meeting that need. Ask them specifically, what can I do to meet that need? And then do it.
Yeah, that's good. And I know, like, when you come home from work, like, a lot of times I'm just like, how are you doing? How's your day? And you don't like that. You want me to say, how can I help you relax?
Absolutely.
So that's the question that you share with me, that you want me to say when you come in, how can I help you relax?
But how did that come about?
By you telling me what it is that you wanted.
But we had to have that conversation of how to meet each other's needs in order for that to arise, because otherwise she was going to just assume that my needs were the same as her needs. So when she comes home, she wants to have that conversation. She wants to unpack the whole entire day and kind of dissect and talk about it, and sometimes get insight into it, but sometimes she just want a listening ear. I don't want to talk about my day. Help me relax, then I'm going to chill out for a few. But again, that only came from that direct communication.
Yeah. And then the last thing that these other 2 points help you to accomplish is that you can grow together.
Yes.
It's so important that you are always moving forward. You're always growing. You're not staying stagnant. We should always be seeking out feedback and, different things so that we understand we're moving forward.
Yes. So the reality is, just like your favorite phone or your phone evolves over time, almost weekly, sometimes you're getting new upgrades. The phone is getting better, is able to meet needs that it wasn't meeting the day before or the week before or the month before. So too should your relationship. You want your relationship to be getting those constant updates, those constant upgrades.
Yeah.
And they only get those updates and upgrades when you check in with each other, when you stop assuming. You can't assume that what worked yesterday, just like on your phone, will work the next day and the day after that. You need those updates. You need those upgrades.
Yeah, that's so good. All right.
So again, you always want to be growing together, growing forward.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video. Guys, the numbers don't lie. Most of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed to our channel. That little button right there